I've asked the smartest AI models to create enormous structures in Minecraft. I'm going to attempt to get them to build more and more complex things. I'm starting by asking the AI to build a massive tree. I asked it to build a 500-meter tree like the Erd tree from Elden Ring. I'm not actually using Minecraft, I'm using noa.js. It's an open source JavaScript based Minecraft engine. Minecraft is written in Java, which the AI is decent at writing, but it's really good at using TypeScript and JavaScript, which is what Noah is in. I used Claude Sonnet 4, which is one of the best AI coding models in the world right now, to write a script to generate the tree. It cost me about 11 cents to generate the code to make the tree using a tool called RuCode. Modern models are great at looking at an image and understanding it, so I'm going to give it an image of the tree I had in my head and see if it can make it match more closely. You can see it made the base of the tree rounder and tried to approximate the boab tree, which is what this is a photo of. However, it's fallen apart with trying to keep all of the branches stuck to the trunk of the tree. The code it's written is quite hacky and it hasn't really tried to imitate the photo from the ground up. I'm going to try again from scratch. I want to see if it can create a city, so I've given it an image of the New York City skyline and let it have a go. You can see in its first attempt, it's kind of tried in a very basic way, almost as if it's imitating a badly built Minecraft city. I wanted to focus on building good skyscrapers, so I've given it a much more open ended prompt and challenge, and I've let it just make whatever type of city it wants. You can see it's come up with these rows. It's kind of not mixed the buildings in very well. It's tried to create a few varieties of buildings. It's really struggling with creating an organic city still. I'm learning that prompting is playing an incredibly important part of making a good city. You got to trick it into thinking it's a good builder. You got to make sure it doesn't go too wide, that it focuses a lot of effort on a small, narrow feature to start with. I feel like the AI can build a really good skyscraper if it just has an image and focuses in on the task. So I've given it this image of a New York skyscraper and told it just get that right and then duplicate that skyscraper many times. Don't worry about all these other little details. These skyscrapers have better windows and better styling than all the previous ones. So I think going forward, I'm going to get the AI to have a very narrow focus on replicating things in images and then escalate from there. The Pantheon is one of my favorite buildings. It's 2,000 years old. I want to see if it can build this. So I've given it an image of the interior of the Pantheon and asked it to do a one-to-one scale replica and really focus on the building details and quality. It's gotten the colors completely wrong, so I asked it to look at the image again and really pay attention to the colors and also to build the exterior entryway to the Pantheon. And I think it came out pretty well. But interestingly, I did have to tell it to refine what it built. On its first pass, it got lazy and kind of did it like a child again. I want to build massive, and I thought the biggest thing I could think of is like an orbital from the Culture series or from Halo. The AI's first attempt at this was shockingly bad. It put it on its side, it made it out of this brown material, and it even like broke the graphics engine with some weird transparency it added. I managed to fix this by shouting at it for a very long time and spending about 60 cents on prompting with Claude Sonnet 4.1. I had trouble getting the orbital to be like a kilometer in size just because of the Noah graphics engine couldn't really render chunks fast enough. I need to find a better engine or build my own that can actually render a very large area. I've done this before, so I might do this in a follow-up video. One thing I've learned is very important is when an AI makes a mistake when building something, ask it to think through every single detail and think through why it made the mistake. There's a technique called 5 whys where the AI has to explain to a layer of 5 depth why it made the decisions it did, and it can usually figure out and fix its own mistakes if you do this. I thought it would be nice to ask the AI to make a moon in the center of the orbital that the orbital is rotating around. I was able to one-shot this perfectly. It must have made a lot of moons. I think it did something much better than what I had in my head. I was very impressed. Next, I want to go with even bigger structure, but I'll have to do that in a follow-up video. I want to make things that are kilometers or 10 kilometers in size, which I think is completely possible, but I'll need a better engine. It's possible Minecraft can handle this, but it's possible it can't handle it because I'm really just going for like scale and visual beauty over everything else. I also gradually figured out how to prompt the AI better and better over the course of making this video. I found out that if you ask it to focus on specific details at first, think through its mistake, look at screenshots and reflect on what it could improve at, and just narrow its focus and not expand the scope too much too quickly. If you coerce it to do all of these things, it starts to become really good at replicating images. And over time, you can use it to build quite a complex scene, a very large structure. It also doesn't balk at creating very large scenes. Like, you can create 1 million blocks, 10 million blocks. Often it would try to create like 100 million blocks and cause me to run out of memory, which is kind of a good problem because you can let it be very ambitious.